So, to kick things off, here's a fun Carroll Shelby fact, or Shelby America fact for you guys. Everybody knows Shelby had a long history with Ford. A lot of you even know that he did a lot with Chrysler. He was huge in the development of the Viper and all that fun stuff. What some of you may not know is that Shelby actually had a hand in racing, of all things, Toyotas. Back after his successes with Ford at Le Mans and everything like that, Shelby wanted to continue racing. He decided the SCCA was the best place to do it, and he wanted to go with a factory team. Problem was, a lot of the factory teams had kind of already aligned themselves with teams. Specifically, a team like Toyota and their 2000 GT had gone with Brock, who was a former employee of Shelby. Shelby went in, got a deal with Toyota, left Brock looking for another manufacturer to align himself with. He ended up with Datsun Japan, racing their cars, and kind of the rest for him is history, because he's huge with Datsuns racing way back in the day. Paul Newman raced for him and all that, so it's really cool. As for the head-to-head competition, the actual racing, Brock wiped the floor with Shelby. Shelby came into the season late, didn't really have time. Brock was there, and he basically, Shelby struggled to score points. Brock ran away with the championship. They had a dominant team, and yeah, Shelby and the Toyota 2000 GT. I didn't know that until recently. If you have Netflix, definitely check out Shelby American there. It is a phenomenal documentary. It has a lot of really interesting facts like that in there, to stories that you may not have known about Shelby and everything like that. So I definitely recommend you check that out. As for today, well, today I am it's time to bring in the big guns to try and diagnose what the hell's going on with my car. If you've been following the build, you know that I'm getting a completely unrelated boost issue to our previous boost issue, in that our car seems to, when it gets the boost, it freaks out, and the wastegate just opens and dumps all the boost. It's freaking out, so I had to go, and I needed to go and get Vida, the big dog in Volvo diagnostic software. Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to Shifting Lanes. My name's Chad. You find me in my 2008 Volvo C30. I apologize, it's a little dark out, but today, like I said before, today we're going to be running Vida on the C30. But first, I actually have to go and get Vida, or I had to actually go and get it. It was yesterday. So like we said in the last video, we're having some pretty big league boost issues, as in my car doesn't like boost now. Wastegate freaks out anytime I go anywhere near boost. So to try to get to the bottom of that, we're going to run it through some software, i.e. Vida. I'm also going to do a regular obdII sensor, or obdII scanner. Anyway, and see just what the differences are there, because I always thought that'd be pretty interesting, consumer level stuff versus dealer level diagnostic type stuff. Because I, rather unsurprisingly, threw a check engine light. I've been kind of expecting it, given all that's been going on. So we're gonna throw it on the obdII, see what happens. But first, I gotta get Vida, and to get the Vida, that means talking to this guy.
What up?
Hey, buddy.
I'm so sick.
Yeah, you look kind of like death.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I was cognizant enough to turn down my slow jams so we wouldn't get copyright infringement, so no choice.
Fantastic. Don't want that.
No.
So,
Vida is in the back seat.
So as many of you know, Greg is my go-to electronics guy. If you missed the first time we tuned the C30, I needed his help because I don't own a PC. I have everything Mac, not by choice, but anyway. So we're gonna get Vida from this pale-faced. I can't say what I wanted to because it would. Yeah, I probably have to bleep that out. But we're gonna get Vida. We're gonna throw it on the scanners and see what's what. All right. So first things first, we're gonna try the standard kind of code reading, kind of the consumer level stuff, and that's your regular obdII scanner here. This one's a Centec, works pretty good. It's worked with the BMW, the M3 I had, the Lexus IS300, and now the C30. So we're just gonna pop her on. So actually our check engine light is, according to this, rich, which is not completely unsurprising, simply because, well, the car itself is going into a very safe mode. It's understanding that stuff's freaking out, and basically it's just dumping a ton of fuel into the system to keep things safe. Because if you remember, lean is bad. Lean is what leads to engines kind of grenading themselves. So rich is, well, it's the safer of the two options. So now we're gonna boot this bad boy up, and that's the Vida unit with the dice communication on a laptop. We're gonna boot that up and see what that says. All right, so I have the laptop booted up. I have my Vida guide here, which you can't see thanks to the wonderful way the camera focuses. But I am by no means a Vida expert, so this isn't really a how-to. So I'm just gonna go through the process and see what she says. So we have a missing tire pressure sensor signal. That's not altogether too disconcerting, seeing as how many different wheels we've had on the car. The oxygen sensor, bank 1. We knew that with our regular obdII scanner. I don't know why I can't say that. Then we have EPS 0071, power supply signal too low. And then we have a steering angle sensor, faulty signal. Did not know about that. So if we click on the turbo control, we can see poor performance, lacks power, yes. Hesitates surges, unsure when at all times, AK, yes. More hesitates surges. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So what a surprise. The dealer level, professional level software found more detailed faults than the consumer level obdII scanner. The obdII just found the rich situation that we were running. The Vida found a lot more, specifically that we're having an issue with the turbo control module or the TCV, whatever vernacular you want to use with it. It was at this point I was told by the man, the myth, the legend, who else, Rich Forsyth, to go ahead and try to capture a graph showing boost, TCV duty cycle, and RPM. You're looking at that graph now. You can kind of see in a graph form what I'm dealing with when it comes to my turbo. You can see the boost is spiking in hectopascals because why use PSI? Like, why use what everybody... Any rate, hectopascals, and you can see it's spiking way up. Now, I did some math. I tried to convert that to PSI, taking into account barometric pressure and all this other stuff, because we are running an older version of Vida, and the boost gauge kind of falls in line with this. The car's kind of over boosting. Car freaks out, and that's when it's cutting the boost. You can very clearly hear the wastegate engaging or disengaging, or whatever it means, the wastegate doing its job and just basically dumping all boost because it's a safety thing. It's trying to protect the motor, or at least that's what's happening in my very, very, very not expert opinion. You can also see the TCV duty cycle kind of peaks, valleys, peaks, and then just shuts off. Each one of those humps represents 4 pulls I did in 3rd gear. In my eye, it's one of two things. We just got a bad TCV, a bad part, or it's something situated in our tune. It's something where the signal from the ECU and how it turns on the TCV and turns it off and how it engages it. Something like that. So that's, I'm gonna open it up to you guys. You've seen the graph, you've kind of heard me describe the problem. What do you guys think? What do you think might be the actual issue I'm experiencing here? I'm hoping it's the tune, because that's a pretty easy fix. My head kind of leans towards the TCV not being so good. which is kind of a bummer because that's a bit of a pain to get at and replace. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. And as for this video, that is unfortunately a wrap. I wish I had better news for you guys. I'm really trying to get the C30 back up and running. These little niggly problems are starting to, let's face it, they're really starting to wear on me. It's one little thing after another. I just want the car to work as it should. I mean, obviously we have time over the course of the winter to figure things out before the spring when the tracks and everything open up, but it's not fun. I know this is kind of project car life and everything, but I put a lot of time, effort, and money into this car, and it really bums me out for her not to work as she should. At any rate, guys, if you liked the video, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Smash that like button and hit the notification bell. That way you get all of Shifting Lanes content the moment we release it. Also, if you want to help support the channel, a real easy way to do it is head on down below to our Teespring account. There's a lot of really awesome stuff down there. We got Volvo themed stuff, S60R, V70R, C30. We got the Hellwinkle hoodies, which are really awesome. Well, hoodies, t-shirts, regular sweatshirts, the whole lot. If you really want to get yourself awesome and help us out, go down and get yourself some swag. And the best part about that is every dollar we make from those, we put right back into making videos for you guys. So it's a win-win all the way around. If you want to hit me up on social media, it's at Chenedy83. You can also hit us up at Shifting Lanes for more general questions. But as for this one, that's a wrap. And yeah, I'll catch you next time.